Between a big brother and a little sister is often filled with stereotypes. She pesters him, he picks on her. They love to be around each other some of the time. That's sort of the case with Matthew and Caroline Wilson, two typical siblings with an absolutely atypical story.
I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor 'cause that's my plans.
I'm wearing all my
Caroline Wilson has a big personality. She was okay talking and singing on camera, but her brother Matthew, not so much. Although he didn't mind being in the video, he's a young man of action, not words.
When I was in the hospital, it was really nice when my brother would bring a couple of my stuffed animals. So he'd come in and have a dance party, and he would just cheer me up.
Matthew?
Yes, Matthew.
Oh, so he's a good big brother.
Oh, it tastes horrible.
Matthew can be silly.
Oh, he can be nice some of the time.
Like most big brothers.
A lot of the times he's very annoying.
But by all accounts, silly string aside, he really is a good big brother.
Matthew was right around there, and he is the one that ran to get help. Pop, Pop, he yelled. And if he had not thought on his feet fast enough, I don't know where we would be today.
Their mom, Rhonda Wilson, says it was Matthew's quick thinking that saved Caroline's life in an incident we reported on the CBS 42 News 5 years ago. Caroline was 6 years old.
Something went horribly wrong during a children's soccer match at Liberty Park.
We got on the scene and found that a child had been shocked after coming in contact with a transformer.
And so my father ran to where Matthew was. When he picked her up, Caroline still was on fire. But he had pressed her close to him, trying to smother the fire.
I remember when I was at the park playing with Matthew, we had a friend and we were playing tag. So we were going around, and I remember going through the little box because the girl did too. Except when I went in, apparently somehow I got burned and she didn't. I don't really remember anything else after that besides being picked up in a helicopter and then going to the hospital.
She did 2nd and 3rd degree burns, and her fingers and her hand. And as you can see, her arm has healed. They did skin grafts. They took the skin from her thighs and placed it on her body and her arm.
This is a picture of Matthew and Caroline the year of the accident.
Because he actually saw me get burned. So at the time he was actually scared of my burns because he saw me on fire and all that. So it was of course scary for him. But then finally I think he became unscared, I think.
Caroline doesn't mind sharing the story of how she got these scars. And in a way only a kid sister can, she may have helped her big brother too by letting him know it was okay to touch her scars.
I don't really know. I just know now he's okay with kind of touching them. Or I feel if when he'd see my burns, he'd see me on fire.
You thought it would help it be a little more real for him, or?
Kind of.
How's that for personality?
I want to thank Matthew and Caroline. Matthew, again, he agreed to be in the video. He didn't want to talk to us, but he did talk with us off camera and had a lot of fun spraying silly string. You may have noticed two things in that video. This book, Caroline and Matthew's parents have written a book called Finding Peace in Life's Storms about how their faith carried them through tough times, including Caroline's injuries, which, by the way, despite the surgeries available to cover her scars, Caroline says she wants to keep her scars so people can ask her about them, so she can share with them how God saved her life. She really is a special little girl.